All good? A little bit more? Hello? Hello?
Talk loud like you were going to, like you said.
Oh, right, yeah. Hello. Welcome to Walters Park, Bar TV Sports. Cracking afternoon. Ryan Vespa, tallest man in the world.
Hey, how you going? Test 1, 2. Welcome to Spears Point. You happy?
Oh.
You go through the team scout?
Hey?
Go through the teams?
Yeah, we will. I'll do. This one's a bit piecemeal, though. Might even like, even if at one point you've just got to go and check. Well, maybe. I mean, that's all over the shop, isn't it? Because I don't know what numbers they're going to have on. Hello and welcome to Walters Park this afternoon for the match of the round, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union. Lake Macquarie hosting Maitland on this absolutely outstanding Saturday afternoon. Crystal clear skies above, nothing but blue blanket and just a little bit of breeze from the south off the lake. Now, if you haven't already guessed, no, it's not Gareth Wozniak. Josh Callanan filling in his old sneakers for today. He's off, I think, on some rep soccer duties with his young fellas, so good luck to young Gareth today. Newcastle Herald journalist sit next to the normal rugby union correspondent James Gardner, and once wore the Blacks jersey. And I'm joined by actually a former teammate, current third grader, a former first grader, man around town, and former North Sydney player too, Ryan Vespa. Welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me, Joshua. Northern suburbs. Hopefully they got up in their Shoot Shield semi-final at 1 o'clock today.
Ah, who they have today?
Uni tough task down there.
Oh, very
North
tough
Sydney
task.
Level. We'll see how the boys went later on.
Yes, we'll see if we can get an update throughout the course of the afternoon. So actually we'll go through the other games that are on today as well. Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union round 17. Singleton are hosting Nelson Bay. Wanderers up against Southern Beaches. Uni hosting Hamilton, and Merriweather have the bye. But here today, Lake Macquarie up against Maitland, and the tunnels have been formed. No players out yet. Teams were out having a bit of a warm-up. What did you make of the preparations for both sides?
Oh, mate, the Blacks look pretty slick over there. That's a big game, big task for them today down here at Lakes. Lakes are always a formidable task down here at home on Old Boys Day, wearing a special one-off jersey as well.
They're going to be auctioning them tonight at the Argenton pub. They're sponsors, and a bit of money raised for charity. They've been doing a little bit of work for Beyond Blues, so top work there by Lake Macquarie. And if you can spare a few dollars at the RG tonight, they'll be auctioned off.
Always a good call. I think we might have to pop in on the way home.
Yeah, hey, that could be all right for a sneaky skin. I don't know what the girls will say, but we'll see what we can do. As Maitland make their way onto the field, led out by skipper Carl Manu, and I'll let you, Ryan, go through the team list for the Blacks today.
In the front row today, wearing 19, we've got Devontae Manu, and the other prop is Harry Chapman. In the hooking role, 190 first grade games, second most of the Maitland club. Daniel Runchell. In the second row, Michael Howell is in 4 and Marcus Christensen is in 5. The back row, we have the Frenchman, Hughes de Ricchini, in 6. Nicholas Davidson, one of Maitland's favourite sons, in 7. He'll be all over the ball today. It'll be a tough game between him and Peniata, the 7 for Lake Macquarie. Travis Brook in the 8, at a country rep this year, along with Harry Chapman. In the halves, Maxie Stafford in 9, with Joshua McCormack in the 10. On the wings, Dale Clackety in 11, and his mate Chris Martin in 14. Lockie Bradford's at fullback in 15. In the centres, we have Carl Manu, the captain, and his close mate, Chris Logan, in 13. Very
good. And Lake Macquarie have just made their way out into the middle. Those jerseys are looking very sharp there in the maroon and yellow. The yellow, it really stands out, doesn't it, that design? Great work by the Roos. We'll go through their team now. I haven't got the official team list in front of me, but we've pieced together what we can, so I'll do my best here on what we've been provided. But we've got Tim Poisi and Barcelona in the front row, Josh Nico, the hooker, Junior Asasa, the captain, in the second row. Blake Killen will be his partner. On the side of the scrum, Justice Gerard and Sapati Peniata, and Gareth Palamo in the number 8 position, most likely in the 22 jersey, I'm pretty sure. Haven't quite seen him go out there yet. Matt Ferry and Jared Nissen in the halves. Tyrone Masso on one wing and David Allo the other. In the centres, Chrysomi Lulala and Brian Stefiana. There'll be the pairing there. And at fullback, Nick Ben. And we can let you know that Brendan Halliday is actually on the bench for Lake Macquarie this afternoon. He's been out. It was feared at first he was going to be out for the season with a shoulder injury, but he's back on the field today. Ray Allo out suspended for 12 weeks during the week for Lake Macquarie, so a bit of a hit there. And the Roos in 5th spot, Maitland in 3rd. They've got the bye next week, so they've got everything to play for.
And here we go. Lockie Bradford kicks off after Mr. Edwards signals time on.
That's high rooster there into that southerly breeze. Bit of a mistake there from Nick Davison. Couldn't quite bring it down, so Lake Macquarie will take first honours there. They bring it there in midfield. And Jared Nissen will the clearing kick with the breeze. That's an outstanding nudge. If they can just get over the sideline, not quite. Still dangerous though. Bit of work there to do for Lockie Bradford, but bit of a safety first option there, just taking it out. But certainly from that first little instance, that kick off into the breeze and the clearing kick from Lake Macquarie, it's quite strong. It could be quite telling here in the two halves, and Lake Macquarie running with it right to left.
Yeah, hopefully it stays around to the Blacks get the benefit in the second half, but Lake's running with it in the first half. Definitely a clear breeze there. You can see all the flags on the other side. I think that'll be their tactic early on to try and turn the Blacks around and pin them in their own quarter.
Yeah, certainly a good tactic there straight up from the 10. Jared Nissen finding space, and not quite the line, but inside the 22, and they'll have the line out, which they take very well right on halfway. Nissen into the Marty Lewis here. He's actually starting. He's been around forever and looks...
The grandfather of Newcastle Rugby.
Absolutely.
And can still play.
Can still play. Oh, he's a ball of muscle, Marty Lewis here. Oh, little grubber through there from Matt Ferry. And Bradford.
Returned by Bradford.
It's bouncing around there. A little bit dusty, Walters Park, late in the season.
Big raps from the local on the 14 here today.
It's like Macquarie, again using that breeze. Are they outside the area there? They might be, yes. That'll come back. This is a big opportunity here now for Maitland. They're going to get the ball just outside Lake Macquarie's 22. So trying to utilise that breeze off the lake and unfortunately just overshooting the mark there out on the full. And Maitland will have the line out here to take it, but that did not look straight at all and adjudged.
You won't see many of those not straight from Dan Runchell today.
No.
He's very filthy of himself.
Everyone just getting adjusting to the conditions. Certainly not gale force, but strong enough to have an effect on the football, that's for sure. Maitland quite big winners in second grade. I didn't quite get the score, but they were running in quite a few tries there in the second half. And third grade, Maitland got up as well.
Maitland got the bickies in third grade as well.
So yeah, Lake Macquarie will be looking to get something out of this one at home in first.
It's a simple equation today's game, Joshua. The Blacks need 5 points. If they don't get 5 points today, Maryville will leapfrog them next week when they have the bye. And these two teams will face off on the first Sunday in the semi-finals. Yeah,
so for the Blacks, that situation is, quite simple. Get the points and have a chance at 2 cracks by finishing in the top 3. But if they lose, it means that it'll be this matchup again, like you said, in a fortnight in that elimination semi-final. But yeah, tight at the top, Hamilton on 64. If we quickly go through the ladder as this scrum forms again. Wanderers on 57. So Hamilton have got a chance to wrap up that minor premiership, a 5th straight. Incredible effort from the Hawks, potentially if they get the win today. Wanderers 57, Maitland 54, Merriweather 53. So quite a logjam there from 2 to 4. But Lake Macquarie, they've secured a spot. Regardless of today's result, they will finish 5th as Gareth Palamo takes it off the back of the scrum there. Advantage played.
He's passed that back in.
Left foot nudge. No, and they'll bring it back for the penalty, and fair enough. Lake Macquarie will have the kick for touch. But yeah, with those logjam of teams and the way that the buys fall with Maitland not playing in the last week and Merriweather not playing today, it makes this one all more important for the Blacks to get something out of if they're going to get a second crack in the semi-finals. Very difficult to make the big dance from 4th or 5th, very rare. I think we were talking about that off air. I think maybe the last time could have been the Blacks in 2010.
Yeah, my recent memory, Uni and the Blacks had a bit of a duel there for a couple of years, coming from 4th or 5th to make the GF. They both lost to Hamilton in those grand finals around the 2010, I think, maybe 08 and 10 era. But it's been a while since the team's come from that 4th or 5th spot to make the grand final.
Yeah, it's a
tough ask.
Very much
4
so.
tough games to get there.
Not to mention the last rounds of the season if you're hanging on as well. But Lake Macquarie line out right in front of us, right on halfway here at Walters Park.
And good steal there from Travis Brook at the front for Maitland.
They'll take it over halfway, the Blacks. Stafford cleared out. So it'll be Marcus Christensen with a short ball to Nick Davidson. It's Maitland reset. Come blindside, Hugh Derekini. In his comeback season, hadn't played for a little while. Turned up at Marcellin Park for a run around, and now he's in first and playing well.
Having a chat with him the other week, he's gone from 3rd grade to 1st grade in the space of a couple of weeks, and he's absolutely loving his
Stafford
football.
down the short side, and Derekini, big hit there on Hugh Derekini.
Some poor ball control by the Blacks here early on.
Some good contact there from Barcelona, the Lake Macquarie prop.
Very good contact from the Roos.
I'm pretty sure Barcelona played New South Wales Country again this year. If not, certainly Newcastle rep again.
Last year, maybe. There's no Newcastle rep program for seniors this year,
that's
unfortunately.
Right, yes. I'm caught in the 2018 battle, not this year.
We've clicked over another year here, Josh. 19 now, mate.
But a quality player nonetheless, Barcelona. He'll be one to watch today, and very strong here in the set piece for Lake Macquarie. Formidable opponent in the scrums. It's Ferry out to Nissen. He show and go. Caught there then eventually by the Maitland defence, just in the nick of time. And Ferry to Lucia. Ball goes loose, but backwards. Maitland might clean this up. Referee calling the knock-on.
Had a knock-on there from the Blacks.
Might have got from our vantage point here. Looked like it went through Marnie Lewis his hands, but backwards, and Maitland have just got a little touch on it somewhere along the line. And it'll be a Lake Macquarie scrum in midfield about 30 metres out. So fairly even start to the game. No one dominating in these early parts. Only about 5 minutes in. And today's coverage, of course, thanks for joining Bar TV Sports. Josh Callanan here with you, joined by Ryan Vesper, who's filling in for Gareth Wozniak today. And Walters Park is pretty well spot on this afternoon for Rugby Union. And Ferry, Nissen.
Very dry, very firm underfoot out there.
And his good run, strong run there. By the 12, Brian Sefiana. They come short. Reset here, the Roos. Ferry goes one out.
Blacks just settling in their defensive patterns here, getting numbers well around the ruck.
Retaining possession here, Lake Macquarie to Nissen. Goes high and into midfield. Tough ask here for the Blacks. No talk, but Clackety eventually comes down with the ball. Thought him and Bradford might have had a bit of a collision there, but they avoided just. Good kick there from Nissen. Good thinking too. Bit of a change up as the Blacks go short side. Brooke goes left.
Michael Howe out there.
Brought down on that far side, on the eastern side of the ground. Josh McCormack showing go, busts through one, can't quite get through two. Strong defence there from Ferry.
Quick recycle from the Blacks.
Stafford comes right to Logan, Derek Keeney. Ball out, strong defence there from the Roos. Ball goes down again.
That's two from Derek Keeney in a matter of minutes.
And they'll bring
it's really hurting the Blacks at the moment, this poor ball control.
Looking dangerous though on the same instance if they can hold on to it. But fairly strong defensively there from Lake Macquarie on each occasion. They were up for it. Weren't going to let the Blacks through.
You won't often go through this big pack at Lake Macquarie here. It's more of the Blacks are going to have to run them around a bit early and try and find some holes on the edges, I think, Joshua.
Yeah, they are a very strong unit in the forwards. Setting the scrum here now, and their only other clash this year between these two sides, it was at Marcellin Park back on the 15th of June, round 9. Maitland, narrow winners, 21, beating Lake Macquarie 14, so not much in it. And coming into this one, Lake Macquarie are actually off the back of two losses, but they've been to the two top teams, and the one against Merriweather was a bit of a heartbreaker. They led and then conceded 2 tries late to miss out at Townsend Oval. So they'll be very keen to get back in the winner's circle today. So move it right, and Jared Nissen with a clearing kick comes back to this western side of the field, and that's a great kick from Nissen, just finding touch. I reckon that's only just hit the paint.
Barely, but I'll back the touch judge from there.
That is a great nudge from Jared Nissen. Just using those conditions well. Comes back, shapes to go to the right, comes back to the left. And great field position here from Lake Macquarie, but Runchell to Brooke. Stafford across, and they've shifted it well here. Jared, that's Logan, not Jared Logan, he's the referee. It's Chris Logan, some sort of cousin, I'm sure, and they clear it out. Manu, Bradford, gets to the 22 here, Maitland. They reset. Lake Macquarie stretched, and there's a penalty here for the Blacks.
The Blacks have Christensen down in back play. He's up now.
But they've taken a quick tap here. Davidson, not far out here from the line. Ball up, ball back down. That could be a try. What's the referee saying here?
He's going to talk to his touch judge, I think.
This could be.
I think he might go try.
There's some high fives here from Maitland. Lake Macquarie a little bit confused.
I think Maitland's pretty happy with it, obviously, and Lake Macquarie not very happy with it.
Seemed like a try, unless there was an extra touch in there somewhere. Referee comes back to the spot.
He's going to award the try.
Points
the Blacks
up.
On the board.
5-0. Almost 10 minutes into this round 17 fixture, and Maitland get the first points. A little bit inconsequential there. It seemed a little bit.
It was Davidson who hit it up, and the ball sort of popped up and backwards from him.
He seemed to regather it and then go across the line.
Not sure if it was he that regathered it or Carl Manu was jogging on the spot as well. We'll have to wait for adjudication on that one, I think.
Carl Manu's got enough tries. I'll give it to Davo. Good on you, Davo. Former workmate of mine, actually, at Lawn Bottle Shop once upon a time.
We did a few shifts there too.
We did. He used to lift cartons for fun and then lift me afterwards. And he's a good man, Nick Davison. Anderson medal winner once upon a time.
That's one of the 4 tries the Blacks need here today. They've gone into their huddle in the centre of the field, their little routine, just reset. And hopefully they'll come back out and go again.
Yeah, just that extra possession and field position off the back of a good broken field run down that far side, and then a penalty to boot, and they've made the most of it. And a good kick there from, was that Bradford?
Lucky Bradford.
Adds the extra. So that's Maitland 7, Lake Macquarie 0. Thanks to Bar TV Sports. Match of the round here today in Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union. But you can feel those finals in the air, can't you? It gets to this time of year and it's sort of that tension. Everything just means a little bit more. Every try, every tackle.
It's an exciting time of year. It's a beautiful place to hold them at number 2.
Yes, absolutely.
Some really cracking games of football in there, and it's an absolute pitcher at this time of year too, thanks to that Roos test a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, well, four to 6 weeks without any games on it. Wanderers back there now. But yes, it was looking an absolute pitcher there a few weeks ago.
Back McCormack to Manu. Manu shifts it wide here to Martin.
Puts on the toe. Well brought
He's done
down
the right
there.
thing to bring it back in and set it up here.
Lake Macquarie have scrambled well there on halfway. Contain the counter attack. Brook, dummy, brought down. Good defence there again from Lake Macquarie. McCormack.
Into the breeze.
Little
Holds
nudge.
up.
Gets
and
the bounce. Could get it twice.
Martin re-gathered that there. Black's ball down in the corner. Davidson off the back of the ruck. Stafford down the blind. Harry Chapman. Black's ball again. Out to Devontae Manu. And quick recycle here. Should see the Blacks spin it wide.
10 metres
McCormack.
out.
Wide to Bradford. To Mr. Clackety, the school teacher. In the corner. Blacks, that's 2 of the 4 they need.
Dale Clackety. Now the Blacks have gone back to back in the early stages of this round 17 game. That's good signs there for Maitland, but 2 times now Lake Macquarie have been stretched. They've been very strong in defence in that midfield, but twice there Lake Macquarie have been stretched, and twice the Maitland have been able to convert those chances. So a 12-0 lead here early for the Maitland Blacks.
They come out of that huddle just before the kickoff, very focused, the Blacks. They'll reset again, I'd say, in this huddle. Something new to the team this year. It seems to be working today at this point in time.
And Dale Clackety on the try scorers list. Bradford will line this one up. It was a tough kick early. He's a little bit further out this time. Kicking into that breeze. Moves in. Strikes it. Holds up. And they like it.
Lachlan Bradford.
2
His
from...
form with the boot so far this season's been a bit hit and miss. He might be hitting him at about 68%, but today...
There's no missing today. It's all hitting.
Into the breeze from the far touchline. It's pretty impressive. Must have been down at Marcellin Park doing some extras this week.
Yeah, 2 from 2 for Bradford. And that's 14-0. Maitland leading Lake Macquarie.
Lake Macquarie needs some possession here and need to get back into the arm wrestle, I think. They've gone short.
Ball goes down, but backwards adjudicated by the referee. But that'll be a Lake Macquarie line out.
Here's their opportunity.
They'll take it quick.
I'd say line out set there.
Listen.
Xavier Edwards, the referee, agrees.
Almost got away with it. So Lake Macquarie in Maitland's half. Now with their chance with the ball. They want to make the most of it here and try and hit back. Cut down that 14-point buffer. Ball goes long.
Missing on the bounce.
A retake. Lake Macquarie, midfield 30 out. Take it up here, the Roos. Strong run and strong defence. Good rugby there. Ferry, Nissen, kick into the corner. Will it be too deep? It has gone inside the try line.
And that'll be roll down into that drain, I think.
So Lake Macquarie will get turned around here. It'll be a Maitland ball. Nissen just trying to find that corner. Not a bad idea to mount some pressure. But just
really
got
good idea. Just the execution was off a little bit there from Nissan.
just an extra wheat bix on it.
It did take a severe left break though.
It did, yeah. It was like a warning leg spinner. Wouldn't mind him playing at Lords the next few nights.
I think that's headed for a draw.
Be good for my multi, which is fading fast the more the weather goes.
No, we won't talk about my multi, which went down in the second leg last night.
Anyway, from London and Parramatta, we'll come back here to Walters Park. Round 17, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby. Game of the round. Full Bar TV Sports. Josh Callanan here with you, filling in for Gareth Wozniak, joined by Ryan Vespa. Scrum down and ball to the Blacks.
The tight head there from late Macquarie, Barcelona, I think it is. Just dropping in on that.
Bradford will take the kick for touch. And during the week, one of the interesting side plays with the Maitland 15, Daniel Runchell, a very familiar face, but he's back in the number 2 following a quick and unexpected departure to Spain during the week from one of his teammates.
That's correct. Phil Bradford, new signing for the Blacks this year, was an absolute powerhouse during the season. Was one of the standout hookers of the competition, and he picked up a nice little contract in Spain, so the club didn't stand in his way and let him depart as soon as he had to. It's always good to have a backup like Mr. Runchell, though.
Yes, the Runch doing it again.
That's a maul. The Blacks have to get this to ground and get it back. I don't think they're going to.
Late Macquarie have done well here.
They have done well. That's
smart play here from the Roos. Kept it up, and they'll get the ball. Another chance here. They can just get some phases together here, Late Macquarie.
That was the 12, Trammell in there, holding up the Blacks. Sorry, Leilua, the inside centre, or Sefiana.
He's according to us the 12.
Can't keep up here, Joshua.
No, it's a little bit of a scrambled team.
I'll leave this side of the paper to you then.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll stick with what I know.
What we do know, Late Macquarie scrum just inside Maitland's half. And a chance here with the ball from the Roos. Maitland leading 14-0. Good scrum here from Maitland, but retained there from Late Macquarie. Nissan spreads it too wide.
Sefiano, he's played a bit of NRC as well, coming from Sydney.
Yeah, very talented player.
Very talented player.
And the Roos have had a massive turnaround this year. Very tough season in 2018. Bottom of the ladder. And they've turned it round to be finals bound in 2019, which is quite the effort. A few familiar faces and a couple of new ones as well. Like you just mentioned, some talented guys coming from Sydney, helping out the Late Macquarie club.
Shows the calibre of the competition up here in Newcastle to attract players like Sefiana up here to play.
Ferry to Nissan, comes wide, Barcelona. We'll truck it up again.
He gets to ground there.
And a few good hit-ups today already. Some strong touches.
Blacks not competing at this breakdown, just fanning out and happy to make their tackles at the moment.
Good ball there from Late Macquarie. Goes out the back. And out wide, could be into touch as well, but could be something back. Play it down.
Clackety, not sure if he's got him for a tip tackle. Clackety.
Definitely a Late Macquarie player down here.
I think it's Sapuk. It's Peniata, the 7. A former Maitland player, actually. Come to Late Macquarie this year from Nelson Bay. Talented hooker and 7 on the ball all day. Still lives in Maitland.
Does he?
Yeah.
Travels down the freeway.
Makes the journey. Loves a Snapchat.
Does he? Right. You'll get some good likes with that hairdo he's got going on there and the bandage.
Bit of a character, very, very humble, very nice fella. It was great when we had him the year at the Blacks. He was very good for us that year.
Talented player.
We're going to take a shot at goal.
With the breeze, try and get on the board.
Wowee. 43 out, maybe 15 in from touch from here, I guess, Josh.
Yeah.
What's your calculation on that? Just around the 50-metre mark?
Yeah, almost.
With the breeze, though?
And calling for the tee.
Sefiano's going to step up here.
Yeah, right. Might have the longer boot. Why not? 14-0 down. Try and get back in this game.
Points on the board.
Use the breeze. Haven't really been able to get inside the Maitland 22 just yet, so trying to take advantage while they can. So yeah, Lake Macquarie, regardless of today's result, they will finish in 5th position. They're on 43 points. Maitland 11 ahead in 3rd on 54, but they've got the bye next week, so any points that they get today, that'll be it for the Blacks. Merriweather just behind them on 53.
Sefiano moves in with the left boot. Short runner. He's really stabbed at that, and he's nailed it.
Comfortably. 50, he could have kicked that from 60. That had some good yardage. That's over into the factory over the back there. Great work there. Good option. And Lake Macquarie, they've opened the account. They're on 3, Maitland on 14. Just reducing that margin. Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union, round 17. Bar TV Sports bringing you the coverage today. That was a great kick. Lake Macquarie bring a good short ball. Looks like Palamo.
Work back into their defensive patterns here.
The player coach, Palamo. Penalty to the Roos.
Hands in the ruck.
Strong then run there from Palamo off a little short ball.
Just piggybacking them out of their own half here, the Blacks, with some poor discipline.
So Peniata there, he's taken the penalty kick and then set up Palamo. We've got the penalty and good kick there from Nissan. Very good meter reader. And another chance here with the line out inside Maitland's half. The Blacks 14, Lake Macquarie 3.
It's a reasonably healthy crowd in here today, Josh, on Old Boys Day.
There is a good buzz here at Walters Park. No doubt a few refreshments on a winter's afternoon. Great line out there from Lake Macquarie. Got it right that time. Went long and on the run there. Great work from the backs, but a knock on from the Roos. It was very, very promising there. The line out was spot on. The backs were in motion, but the ball went down on that second pass.
Other than those quick back-to-back tries from the Blacks early on here, we've both teams are struggling just with a bit of ball control, struggling to put a couple of phases together.
Yeah, no one's really sort of got that ascendancy just yet.
Yeah, both teams haven't got a handle on the game as yet.
Not quite. But that looked promising from Lake Macquarie. They got it right there.
What would Josh McCormack try and mastermind here?
He's thinking about nudging this down the corner maybe. Or maybe taking the run.
More of a runner into the breeze, I think, Josh McCormack.
Max Stafford into the scrum.
Former first grade coach Ryan.
And they come short side to McCormack. He does take that run. He gets the ball away to Martin. Back inside. Great work there from Lake Macquarie. Stifling the counter attack.
Lucky there, the Blacks.
They'll take it into touch.
To push Trammell in the top.
Lualala.
I'm out.
Now we've got apologies, dear listeners, dear watchers. We've got a bit of a scribbled team sheet here. We didn't get the official one. There are a lot of name withhelds to start with. We've filled in the blanks as best we can. Ball goes in. Brooke, Stafford, McCormack. Goes short to Davison. Knock on. Ferry spreads it wide here to Nick Ben, the fullback for Lake Macquarie. Ball gets through. That's Sepiata. No, he's back here. Good run anyway, Lake Macquarie. Nissan, cut out. Midfield here for the Roos. Stringing some phases together for the first time today, but a knock on. Twice now in a row where they're building up. They're starting to sort of find their groove, but just a couple of mistakes from Lake Macquarie.
From Matt Ferry.
Matt Ferry. It's been strong so far, but just a little slip there, the base of the ruck. He liked what he saw on the outside. He saw big numbers. He was just too eager to get that ball out. Went to ground.
14-3 here at Walters Park at the moment.
We're casting an eye on another number 9 tonight. Ryan, Upper Hunter product and Maitland Black's junior, Nick White.
The Blacks via the Healers and
Yes.
born in Scone, Nick White. Had a cracking game last week.
Lining up as the Wallabies try to get that Bledisloe Cup over at that very difficult venue to play at, Eden Park.
As Michael Checker said, they've bought a ticket to the big dance. Hopefully they can cash it in.
I hope they're doing hope they do the cha-cha. There goes Carl Manu.
On the ball, quick off his feet.
Penalty.
The 13 there from Lake Macquarie.
He's the reigning Anderson Medal winner, Carl Manu.
He is the reigning Anderson Medal winner, and Travis Brooke was leading the Anderson Medal vote when it went in Canberra a couple of weeks ago. So could go Maitland back-to-back here. He's been very strong this year, Brooke. Been a great addition to the club since he's come over from New Zealand.
Bradford, excellent kick there to find touch.
Just on the 22 there.
Very clever with the boot, Bradford.
I think the Blacks put one in here. Lake Macquarie could feel very disappointed about this.
Yeah,
they've had a bit of field position, just coughing up some possession.
Lake Macquarie go early there. Shudera Kearney that'll take the line
They're
out.
going to drive this.
Maitland pushing, just keeping in touch
Still
there.
Going. And
No.
Mr. Edwards has found another penalty in from the side there.
Maitland just deciding what they're going to do here. And Lake Macquarie dealt a bit of a blow this week. Ray Allo suspended by the NHRU for 12 weeks for some referee or official abuse, and the NHRU have come down quite hard and said they don't want to see any of that in the game. And but unfortunately for Ray and for Lake Macquarie, it means that he'll miss obviously today, but also the finals series.
Blacks bring that down mid-line out of game with Brooke, and they've coughed it up.
Good defence.
On the deck, knock on.
Strong again there from the Roos on their line. There's been quite a few mistakes here that neither team have really kind of got that run on as yet. A little bit disjointed so far.
Be a couple of sprays from the coaches at half-time. Some tough words about possession and the need to hold on to the ball here today.
Yeah, Lake Macquarie scrum. About 5 out.
Blacks have had a bit of ascendancy in the scrum. Can they get one here?
Be a crucial one if they did.
Very powerful scrummaging unit, the Blacks, and just being pushed off the shove there.
Lake Macquarie just held on to it, despite the scrum screwing around a little bit, but not far enough to draw a call from the referee.
The reliable boot of Jared Nissen gets Lake Macquarie out of trouble.
It's an
It's stayed
outstanding.
infield though.
Only just. Bradford does well, but the ball then goes to ground, undoing that. Matt Ferry might even just get this. He will. There's a toe on. Lake Macquarie pushing through. Will the ball stay in? Not quite.
No, it's going to go dead. For me, the Lake Macquarie player may have been in front of the kicker there.
I tell you what, though, from an excellent kick from Nissen, just stays in touch. Bradford looked like he had it covered, brings it down, but hits the deck with the pass, opening up the opportunity for Lake Macquarie, which they all but took. Matt Ferry, great pressure on the chase, and someone else from the Roos getting the toe, but just going too deep. Lake Macquarie almost something out of nothing there. Maitland, a little bit of a let-off there.
Definitely a missed opportunity by Lake Macquarie.
Ooh. Sigh of relief.
Definitely a sigh of relief from the Maitland coaching staff.
Yeah, Matt Thomas won't be wanting to see too much of that. It'll be a black scrum just on their own 22. Ball in. Stafford. McCormack. Spreads.
Wide to Logan.
Back inside. Brought down by Lake Macquarie. Brooke. Goes another wide. Black set it up in midfield here. on their own 10-metre line.
There's some mismatches here.
McCormack breaks through, breaks 2, over the halfway, over the 10. He'll put it back inside there. Great ball there to Dale Clackety. He's brought down now inside the 22. Can the Blacks convert on this counter-attack? How?
How punching in close.
He's brought down.
About 5 out here.
Maitland on the run. Manu lets it go. Stafford looks one way, comes the other. Brook shows. He's brought down. Geez, they're close to that try line. Stafford spreads. Bradford.
Devontae Manu in front of the post and lost possession, ripped out there by Lake Macquarie. That's a let-off for Lake Macquarie.
Well, Lake Macquarie, some strong defence there. What about the rip there in front of their own uprights? Save what looked like could have been a certain try.
Not all is lost though. Maitland have a 5-metre scrum due to Lake Macquarie ripping the ball out, it going in goals, and then them placing it. So they've effectively taken it back in goal there.
But Matt Ferry faced with very little option there. He did the clean-up work, otherwise it would have been a third 5-pointer to Maitland. So Lake Macquarie with some desperate defence there, a crucial play to stop that.
Sense Brook might try and keep this into the back and get some real ascendancy on this scrum now.
Oh, you've heard it here first. But Maitland with the scrum feed, right underneath Lake Macquarie's post. The Blacks 14 lead Lake Macquarie 3 here at Walters Park. NHRU match of the round, brought to you by Bar TV. Stafford waiting. Blacks push. Lake Macquarie have pushed back. Done there. Stafford.
Penalty
Bradford. Logan. Oh, great tackle again
That's
from Lake Macquarie.
It's a great tackle. I'd say the Blacks will opt for another scrum here. That's one penalty in front of the sticks for a scrum infringement. They'll look for another or the pushover.
What was the issue there with that scrum? Hard to tell.
I believe the signal was the Barcelona again coming in on the angle. So the prop's got to set straight and push straight Joshua. And once he turns his angle and he's angling in on the hooker, there's a penalty there for the Blacks.
I thought you'd be able to describe that better. Not only me being a back, but you being a forward. Also a former referee.
Many, many moons ago.
So it'll be Maitland again. Can Lake Macquarie withstand this scrum? Again, they did a good job just then. Another tough ask here, right in front of their uprights. Stafford feeds.
He's popped up there. Mr. Edwards is happy with it as such. Brook off the back.
1, 2, 3, try. Travis Brook.
He's going to talk to his touch judge again.
From here, it looked like he'd done enough, but if Lake Macquarie been able to get under this ball, geez, he's strong.
He's called
in
held
that
up.
Short range.
He's called held up.
That's
Blacks with another scrum.
Outstanding work from the Roos.
I think it was Peniata there underneath the ball.
He's bumped off one, bumped off two, but Lake Macquarie have got under Travis Brook. That's desperate try line defence.
Travis won't be happy with that. He loves a bit of a meat pie.
Hope he wasn't on the nudie run.
No, he crossed the chalk a couple last week against Beaches up there at Marcellin Park.
Top work there from the Roos.
What do you do here as a back, Josh? You scream for it and get it out? Tell the big boys to keep it in and push harder?
Get it as wide as you can, quick. McCormack is setting something here on the right. Got some men on the left as well. Options both sides for Stafford.
I think they will come this side to McCormack.
Another penalty.
Close to a yellow card. Brook, quick tap. Goes forward, lunges. Does he get the ball down? I think he's just short.
Denied again from Lake Macquarie. Brook, Stafford, McCormack, Manu, dances, brought down. Again, strong try line defence.
Tackle the Lake Macquarie players to release there once the knees hit the ground.
It's Maitland reset here. Players in motion. Davison spins, pushes, over, try. Nick Davidson, the Anderson medal winner, gets a 5-pointer here for Maitland, and that's the third of the afternoon for Maitland, making it 19 with a kick to come. Lake Macquarie 3. Take me through that one, Ryan.
Just a simple short ball to Davidson. Light on his feet he is, Nick. Big up top, light on his feet. And just the old hit and spin. Carried a couple of defenders over the line. Managed to get the ball down.
Lake Macquarie had done well there through a few scrums and Even holding Travis Brook over the line and just short.
Just on the scrum there, Josh. I think the referee will have a word to the captain now. And any more scrum infringements may see a yellow card. That's 3 or 4 down there. It's the way they seem to referee these days.
After some repeated infringements.
Some repeated infringements. Got to keep the game flowing. You can't just have one team slowing it down.
And Bradford from the other side of the field this time.
Easiest opportunity of the day.
There's 2 from 2.
Sails over for 3 from 3.
That's Maitland 21, Lake Macquarie 3. Nearing half-time.
It's in the shadows of half-time here.
Round 17, NHRU, match of the round. Maitland v Lake Macquarie here at Walters Park. Beautiful Lake Macquarie. Bit of a breeze off the water. Coming a little bit from the south. Lake Macquarie running with that. And they'll be here restarting play. Short ball. Durakini bobbles.
Almost.
Gets there eventually, the Frenchman. Davidson wants it, not getting it. Lake Macquarie might have turned over. Great work from the Roos. And a big opportunity here. Just before half-time, they go wide. Step back inside. Lake Macquarie will reset. Roos with a massive chance here to get back in this game. 18-point difference. Oh, ball gone down again. They are coach killers for Gareth Palamo.
There's Sefiana.
Opportunity lost. That's the 3rd time now where they've just had a sniff and it's just starting to look promising. But a knock on. Lake Macquarie, they're promising and they're shaping, they're building when they get that ball, but they just haven't been able to land that killer blow. Just
got a good unit out there today, Lake Macquarie. It's, they've got some good structures about their play.
They can get a few of these passes to stick.
Yeah, a few of these passes to stick and the game could really be on here for the Blacks. Blacks would be looking to take this one to length here to really try and knock them out.
Nearing half-time. And on the flip side, Lake Macquarie just won't want to concede again coming into half-time. McCormack with a clearing kick. Clever nudge. Oh, on the line.
On the full.
Linesman says back.
I was a bit confused there, the linesman, but
he was
definitely out on the full.
I thought he was going to let that go. I thought the dust...
He was sure.
He might have got confused between the dust and the paint.
Not sure. Right call in the end, though.
Spot on the money by the officials.
Lake Macquarie in the shadows of half-time. Just going to have another opportunity here. Nico to throw the ball in at the front. Former Southern Beaches player.
Along with Tim Poisi as well. His front row partner. So Lake Macquarie just outside Maitland's 22 with the line out. And they'll regather. Great work. Ferry.
Almost taken that jumping off the ground.
Nissan. Luisia.
Oh, Big Marty's coughed that up in contact. You don't see that often from Big Marty. He will not be happy with himself.
I've never seen Marty's birth certificate, but he has to be close to 50.
He was 50 on Facebook.
Was he?
Just a month ago.
I don't know if that's official, though.
Oh,
Facebook
I think his wife dropped the age.
Facebook never lies.
And now he's hit the big 5-0 that it might be time for him to give up Saturdays.
That was the hint.
Not
he
sure.
Just keeps on keeping on.
And fit.
I would love to know the amount of first-grade games he's played between Newcastle and Hunter Rugby and Newcastle Rugby League. It would be annoying. Don't worry about Cameron Smith. He's on 4,000. Don't worry about 400.
Cameron Smith has got nothing on Martin Lewisa.
Todd Greenberg, come up here and give Mrs. Lewisia a diamond ring. Fair dinkum. Absolute legend of the sport.
If he's 50, he's been going for it at least since he was 18, 17, 18.
Crossfield kick from McCormack. Oh, adventurous play. Clackety, he'll keep it in. Bradford, he'll have it. Someone's on the inside. They're dummies. Good tackle there from Lake Macquarie. Ball goes down. Enterprising play there from McCormack with the crossfield, sort of a driving low sort of chip to try and get on the attack. And that's it. Whistle blown. Half-time, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union. I don't know if that's the ground siren though. That could be an ambulance.
I think the police were coming past saying half-time.
What, you nicked some meat pies from before, did you? Anyway, Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union, match of the round. It's half-time here at Walters Park. Lake Macquarie, the host, 3. Maitland 21. And we'll be with you straight back after the break.
Yeah, welcome back to Walters Park here for round 17 of the NHRU first grade competition. Maitland currently leading Lake Macquarie 21 points to 3. 3 tries to nil at the moment. The Blacks need to take 5 points out of this game to secure that all-important third spot as they've got the bye next week. Lake Macquarie will be looking to hit back early here in this second half, but the breeze now in the Blacks' back. And Lake Macquarie have all the work to do running into this breeze in the second half. Manu says, good to go, sir. Xavier Edwards blows time on. And Sefiana kicks off. That's nice and high to Howe. Backwards off Peniata. Lake Macquarie with the early ball here in the Blacks' half. Blacks still not competing at this breakdown. They've come to the right to Nissan. Sefiana back inside to his centres partner who's broken a tackle. Brought down there just short of the 22. Peniata just coming back in against the grain next to the ruck there for a quick recycle. Nissan, little show and go. Travis Brook not going to buy that. Takes him down. A penalty found here for not rolling away.
This will be straight out of what Gareth Palamo will want. I've just been in the sheds with both teams, and the Roos definitely need to be first to strike here, and that was very important. That was the point made by Gareth Palamo to really lift in a little bit of intensity here and get those points on the board if they want to stay in this game. And for Matt Thomas, for Maitland, it was pretty well more of the same, except for that ball retention. The ball retention a little bit poor in that first 40 minutes, and Thomas wants that addressed. But yeah, Palamo wants to get these first points on the board. Lake Macquarie will have a chance here as Travis Brook gets some treatment. It could be a contact out.
Yeah, Travis does wear contacts.
No, I think he was just trying to put one back in. Yeah, that's going to be dusty. They're tough to put in the best of times, let alone...
Yeah, that contact issue here last year that I had to help him out with when I was running water for the Blacks.
Might just take one out. It might run around in circles.
I think it's just popped out again on the ground. He's going to try and put it back in.
So yeah, half-time here. Maitland 21, Lake Macquarie 3. We can go around the grounds, Ryan. And Singleton 10 lead Nelson Bay 5 up there at Rugby Park, where they've just had, I think it was that 50th Sportsman's Lunch where they put the big marquee up on the ground.
Never been, but I've heard they do a really good luncheon up there. I want to go. I want to get up there.
I saw Aussie Joe Bugner a few years ago, the boxer. Wow. He had some great stories.
Bob Hawke was up there.
He has, and then it was Singleton.
Andrew Johns and Steve Merrick, I think, were the guest speakers last week.
As the play continues here, Travis Brook must have either...
Another penalty here for penalty
contact
advantage here for Lake Macquarie. The Blacks have the ball, not legally though. Are you going to quick tap or...
The Roos just weighing up their options.
Deciding what to do. I doubt they'll call for a scrum. They're going for touch. What are the other scores there, Joshua?
So Singleton 10, Nelson Bay 5. This is at half-time up at Rugby Park. Wanderers 56 lead Southern Beaches 0 at number 2 Sports Ground.
Battle for the Hawthorn Cup as well. So it looks like Wanderers will retain that into next week's blockbuster against Hamilton.
And the Hawks, who you just mentioned, 24 up against University 0 over there at the Callaghan campus.
And a betting man would have put a little bit more on that score at half-time. It's good to see Uni sticking in there. I'd say there would have been a blow-up from Bubba at half-time there. Bubba Coleman, coach extraordinaire.
Good chance. And Merriweather have the
video
bye.
Screen out and telling the boys what they're doing wrong.
He does love the video. They got drones now, I'm sure. The Hawks.
The one out not straight there, was it, Joshua?
There was an infringement.
I think we've got a scrum here for the Blacks. Or no, Lake Macquarie's ball. Another injury.
So it's the 20 down there. It's the junior Asasa, the captain.
Just a reminder, the jerseys Lake Macquarie wearing today are one-off special that they're going to be auctioning tonight at the RG.
At the RG, up the road here from Walters Park.
So if you're in the area, if you're not, start driving now.
Do drop in.
Do drop into the RG.
Yeah, they're being auctioned off.
Bit of an Islander theme, I think.
They look very sharp.
One of the Lake Macquarie boys thought it was a bit of an Egyptian Aztec sort of theme.
Do they play rugby in Egypt?
I'm sure, mate. Rugby's a world, global game. I'm sure they play it in Egypt at some level.
That'd be an outstanding backdrop with the pyramids, wouldn't it, for a game of rugby?
It would be.
Let's make that happen, actually. We're on to
How
something
good would
here.
the night in Cairo be after the game?
Yeah, game on. Back here to Walters Park, though. NHRU round 17, match of the round. Lake Macquarie taken off the back of scrum. Looks like Gareth Palamo brought down. They reset here. Lake Macquarie.
Trying to lead his
show and go. Looks like Louisia.
Right on the Blacks line here. Peniata with the hit and spin. Another penalty advantage here for offside.
Strong defence there from Maitland. Davison does his best there to try and penalty.
I think the Blacks turn that over. Oh, no.
Ferry, short.
Peniata.
Brought down with inside of the line. The Roos spread right. Numbers come back inside. Could go over the top. Close.
Be careful here. Another penalty could see someone in the bin.
They are inches away. Pushing. Try.
Exactly what the coach wanted that coming out of half time.
Lake Macquarie with the 5-pointer. That was all power.
That'll be a quick 7. That'll take them to 10 with his kick right under the posts.
Takes them to 8.
The try scorer may have hurt himself here, which is unfortunate.
It was hard to tell who actually got that 5-pointer in the end. There was a mass of bodies, but it was a fantastic effort.
I think it's the
man down at the moment.
I think it might be the coach.
Could be Gareth. Nonetheless, it's a 5-pointer for Lake Macquarie.
It's not the coach, one of the props. I'm going to go with Barcelona. Sefiano with the easy extras here.
Right in front, steps in, adds them. And that'll be 20.
We've got a contest now, straight out of half-time. In the championship minutes, straight after half-time, Lake Macquarie score.
That takes it to 10.
21
Maitland,
for Maitland.
11 the difference. Right back in this game.
Again, Runchell leading from the front here. He's having a big game, along with Travis Brook for Maitland. Who's been your best for Lake Macquarie in the first half, Joshua?
Nissan's directed traffic well, I think. But probably Peniata.
They've been strong in the halves. Good combination there, Ferry and Nissan, I think. Peniata is strong.
Ooh, doesn't
He
does
the
well there.
Yeah.
But that was just reward for Lake Macquarie. It's the first time they've probably been able to string that many phases together too, and rewarded with the possession and just power there at the line to get the 5-pointer. As Nissan goes up and under into the teeth of that breeze. Lake Macquarie going to get this back. Oh, knock on. Bradford then cleans it up for the Blacks. Breaks 1, breaks 2. He gets to the 22. Maitland will set here, come back inside. Stafford, Brook, McCormack, Manu, Clackety. Good tackle there from the Roos. Around the legs. Wasn't getting through. Maybe even turned it over here. That's a great passage of play from Lake Macquarie. Nissan goes high.
McCormack. Maitland players are collided there trying to charge down the ball. Davidson.
I'll let you stick with that. We'll go here, spreading right to left.
The player is. Davidson's limping.
Clackety bringing it back in field. Into traffic. Lake Macquarie
Blacks
with the
just need to settle
steal.
it down here, I think. They've got a man down. I still don't know who. I haven't got a number on that. I'm going to go with Clackety.
Davison's struggling. Clackety's fine.
Clackety's here, so it might be Martin, the far winger. So it might be a change coming up here. John Burrell warming up.
He's not going on the wing.
100th club game for the Blacks.
Did he?
Last week.
On your biz?
Yeah, I doubt he'll go onto the wing. Yes, you're right. As much as Johnny would love to play on the wing. So he might be going out for Davidson since he's limping out of contact there. It's a bold move taking Davidson off early in the second half here, Cotton.
So 5 minutes into this second half. Lake Macquarie with their first try of the afternoon. They move to 10. Maitland 21 as we see Nick Davison come from the field.
Jordan Bauer coming down the sideline here. That most likely replace Martin, who's still down over there on the far side.
There's a fair bit of collision. The last man you want to probably run into is Nick Davidson. Looks like there might be a bit of claret there too.
You won't like that, Martin.
No.
Winger with a bit of claret out of the nose.
Not at all. It's no good for when he goes out tonight.
He's not a man to put his hand up to come off, though. He doesn't mind a bit of rough and tumble. He spent a bit of time in the back row in second grade this year.
Did he?
Yeah, just helping out a few positions on his comeback from injury earlier on. I think he's going to push on here, Martin.
Jordan Bauer is ready to go.
In good hands there with Punchy Sager, though. So if Punchy Sager's giving you the all clear, I'd be happy with that.
He's a man in the know.
Jordan Bauer jogs back to the bench.
Not required. So
Black's penalty. They've taken the scrum centre field.
After all that, lead by 11.
After tries they are today, the Blacks. They need 4. They've got 3.
In terms of picking up that bonus point and pushing for a top 3 spot. Lake Macquarie, they're finals bound, regardless of the result. They will finish 5th. No higher, no lower. But they will be heading to the semis. Quite the turnaround from last year. Picked up the wooden spoon. And a tough old year, but they've come back well here, the Roos, in 2019. And they're within range here. 11 behind Maitland, who have it Stafford. Great step, beats one. Inside the 22, brought down. Excellent by Lake Macquarie. Still pushing those Stafford, actually. Just determined running there. Maitland go wide. Could be over. They're close. Try.
Travis Brook, that all-important bonus point.
And Maitland moved to 26. Lake Macquarie 10. The margin now 16. And I'll give the credit there to Max Stafford, the Maitland Blacks halfback. Very sharp there off the ruck.
Just like all halfbacks, bit of a jack in the box, Maxie.
Beat one, beat two, and he looked like he'd been brought down, but he somehow kept charging on and pushed a bit further forward and set it up there for the Blacks to get that 4th try of the afternoon. And as you mentioned, Ryan, that's the bonus point wrapped up.
3 replacements going out there for Lake Macquarie now. So some fresh legs to try and stay in the game here.
I've got a feeling one of them may be Brendan Halliday.
One is Brendan Halliday. Traditionally has the socks down in the 21.
Oh, spot on. That's him.
I think he's got big calves. He spent a year at Northern Suburbs as well in Sydney, the year they won the Shoot Shield.
While you were there or after?
No, well after my time.
Yeah, right.
So they won the Shoot Shield in...
What year was that?
2016.
Now he's back with the Roos, and he's got it again.
Also broke Maitland's hearts in that 2010 grand final.
For Hamilton.
Hamilton to the victory there that day.
39-34.
One of Bubba's master moves, pulling in all the top line players, as he does so well. Full credit to him.
That grand final's at number 1 sports ground too.
That was. At the picturesque number 1 sports ground.
That's a great kick from Lockie Bradford again. That's 4 from 4 this afternoon. That's outstanding.
I doubted him coming in this game with his percentages this year. He hasn't gone 10 from the kickoff. There'll be a scrum on halfway with the Blacks.
That's poor from Lake Macquarie. But
he must have been doing some extra work this week, Bradford. He's sharp today.
Be interesting to see how Brendan Halliday goes here. I saw just here on the sideline getting strapped by the Lake Macquarie trainer. He had a shoulder issue where the Roos feared he might have been out for the entire season. But not to be. He's back this afternoon. I'm guessing just to try and get some minutes under his belt ahead of the finals campaign in a fortnight. He'll be in the elimination. Now, Tim Poisi has come off.
And Justice Gerard has come off.
As well for Lake Macquarie. And also Tyrone Masso, the winger. So 3 changes there. Brendan Halliday is one of the replacements.
Blacks to the right again, 8-9. Stafford to Logan, out wide to Bauer, who has replaced Martin after that try. Coming to Maitland this year, Bauer. Fresh face to the club. I believe he came up from Merriweather.
From Carlton.
Birrell, fresh to the field, takes it up, centre field. Stafford back to the right. The Frenchman to the new bloke. Fresh Legs Bowers just bundled in the touch there, about 15 out.
Nick Ben doing the cleaning up there for Lake Macquarie, the fullback. Blonde haired. Nice work there in cover defence. Max Stafford has been very sharp, more so in this second half. He's really coming into his own here. It saw him get that try in the grand final last year too against Hamilton in the loss to the Hawks.
He took the Blacks up early.
He's sort of coming to his own here. He's like Macquarie have the line out. That's
Steal there from Travis Brook at the back of the line out. Blacks on the roll here. Birrell. Cut from the same sort of mould as Davidson Birrell. Very strong. 100 miles an hour. Good over the ball. Wide to Logan. Skips on the outside. Bradford. Easy draw and pass here. Back inside.
Try time
Bradford.
for Maitland. A 5-pointer to go with his 4 conversions and some excellent interchange of passes there from the Blacks. Stafford to McCormack to Logan.
Clackety, the school teacher.
And then back inside to Bradford. Top team try there from Maitland. Matt Thomas will be very pleased with that one. Slick movements.
We're still a whiles away, probably about 20 to go, you'd say, Josh, maybe?
Oh, comfortably 20 to go, probably more.
Hard to see the Blacks going down from here.
Maitland now moved to 33, Lake Macquarie 10.
Which was probably not what all the people down at the zoo want to be seeing today, all the Maryville people. They probably really wanted that chance to jump in the third next week.
Absolutely.
As most teams would.
So if the game does continue on its current trajectory, it will give Maitland, who have the bye next week, the best possible chance of finishing.
Bye and fresh legs against more than likely results today. Hamilton should wrap up their 5th minor premiership.
Bradford
can't
just
convert his own.
wide. So 33.
Which means that Maitland will take fresh legs into a Saturday game in that first week of the semis against Wanderers, who your co-worker, a former 2 Blue, Jimmy Gardner,
James Gardner,
didn't rate them very highly at the start of the year.
Well, they've really have defied, I suppose, expectations from the start of the season. Great work from Dan Beckett, the coach. I think he's
former premiership winning coach, and he's come back in and it's like he never left.
Really instilled some confidence.
He's got some good young players. Della Bozak, I played with his father, Scott at Maitland for a few years.
Absolutely, yeah, very good.
When they say he's the son of a gun, that is true. Scott Della Bozak was a gun.
Yeah, young talent time there with Della Bozak. And they've got the Fijian in the centres and a few old heads as well who have really come into their...
Sherwood's in probably the form of his career for that 2 Blues team.
Absolutely.
Back here at Walters Park, McCormack turns it inside there to Birrell.
It's Maitland just re-sending it here after that.
On the left, Travis Brook looking down the blind side to the Frenchman. He's got to stay in field though. I think he's gone out. Definitely gone out now. They go the quick one. McCormack's rushing through.
Sasa gets it done.
Oh,
yeah, they'll take
McCormack.
that. Nissan. Lake Macquarie spring show and go.
Playing some up-tempo here, the Roos.
Very
Really trying to get back into this game now. They have to be next to score if they're going to be any chance here today, Joshua.
23 the difference. Marty Lewisia.
Marty Lewisia.
Ferry.
Oh, Birrell just edging offside there.
Ball down, but penalty.
Missed Edwards with the eyes in the back of his head. He's got that. Good refereeing.
It'll be Nissan to
just pump
kick
this into the corner.
Into the breeze. Does well. Excellent kick.
Lake Macquarie line out, I'd say about 15 out down there.
Big chance here, the Roos.
Good chance at score at 33-10.
Halliday lurking here in the back line as well. This will be his first chance to really get a touch and
Marty Lewis are just scheming here.
See what he can do.
With the forwards now, he's going at the stand of the centres.
Just
hard to stop if you crash him up in the centres there.
Just an option. Here if you need. Lake Macquarie will take the line out. Inside the Maitland 22. Well taken there, the Roos. They bring it down. As the back line sets here for Lake Macquarie. Halliday into that fly half position. He'll get the ball here. Short ball to Lewisia. Ball down.
Marty.
Wasn't knocked by Maitland.
He's coughed it up today. And you'd never see that in a game from Marty Lewisia.
No, very rare. Maitland have got some numbers here to the right. Stafford identifies that, shifts it. They go again. The ball.
That's Reese Clackety out there in 22.
Brother of Dale.
I think he's replaced Chris Logan, who's had a bit of a toe injury throughout the season this year. Not been at 100%, but still very, very good. No, Chris Logan is still out there.
Logan almost...
Not sure who Reese Clackety's gone out for.
Went across to rugby league this year with Curry. Was shaping that way, but he ended up back at the Blacks.
I think Josh McCormack may have come off. Did come into the game under an injury cloud with a shoulder issue. So I'd say they've just taken him off. Lockie Bradford up to 10. He's a very handy replacement to go into that 10 role there for Maitland. And Clackety might be playing at fullback or outside, and Logan to fullback, I'd say.
He's had a good game, Lockie Bradford. And it's Lake Macquarie here inside Maitland's 22. Chance to strike back and get back into this game.
Maitland steal it again. Travis Brook.
I think that's 2 out of the last 3 that Travis Brook's been able to get. John Birrell, strong run there for the Blacks. Setting it up.
Loves contact, Johnny Birrell.
Bradford with the boot. Excellent nudge. That's inside
kick.
Lake Macquarie's half. It's rolling. It's rolling. Well taken
not going to
there.
find touch. Sefiana just bringing it back. He's going to go straight into the Blacks here. Over in the tram tracks there. Just over halfway.
Lake Macquarie. Bring it back just over halfway. Strong run there.
No, I think ripped in the tackle there, was it? No. The Lake Macquarie player went to ground, not releasing. That's a coach killer.
That hurts. Done all the right things with the run there, but unable to...
Just thought he wasn't held there, I think.
Wanted to go again. Can't knock the enthusiasm. But against the laws of the game. So Bradford, he'll look to find touch. Does so successfully.
Takes play down to just outside the 22.
And Bar TV Sports. Josh Callanan here with you, filling in for Gareth Wozniak. Joined by Ryan Vesper for the match of the round. Lake Macquarie hosting Maitland, and it's the Blacks, the visitors, 33, leading the Roos 10 as Runchell goes to Derek Keeney out the back. Stafford, ball down. Lake Macquarie could pick this up, not quite. That'll be a dual
Double
knock on. Lake Macquarie scrum. Halliday had a little sniff there. He liked that if he could get it.
He would like that. He's
I don't know about first game back.
been electric in his day. Very nippy.
He would have been sucking them in, having to run 70 though, I reckon, first game back.
Probably would have. Brendan. One of the true characters of this Lake Macquarie club for a long time. Now Brendan Halliday. Just loves his rugby.
He does, and he's stuck with them through a couple of tough patches, and he's here. And
he absolutely has. He's been through the thick and thin with them. He was with them when they went on that amazing run the other year to be knocked out the week before the grand final.
That's right.
He was a superstar when they knocked the Blacks out in the fifth game at Maitland that year.
And the Roos have got another sniff in 2019.
If they can get things together in the next couple of weeks, they'll be tough to beat.
And Lake Macquarie next week, they'll take on Nelson Bay, who are 6th, but well out of finals contention.
Up at the Bay, I think that one is.
It is.
It might even actually, might be, the Bay might be
Strong.
taking that one to Bill Strong at Medowie. Might not Bill Strong, to Medowie.
To Medowie, on the road.
Possibly.
To the
Medowie plays their third grade team for the Bay, which has been a success for them over the last couple of years. Blacks with a big scrum here. Ball spits out the back.
Ferry back inside his 22.
Birrell.
Lake Macquarie retain just. Sefiana.
Oh, and they've coughed it up again. Stafford will just scoot over here for an easy 5 points.
Max Stafford, well rewarded.
Won't score an easier try than that today, Max Stafford.
He'll take the 5 points, though. He'll take the 5 points.
It's just been the story of the day for Lake Macquarie, hasn't it? Just hasn't been able to hold on to the ball.
I'd say that will be one of the talking points at training this week. As much as this game had no bearing on where they would finish, I think the effort's been there. It's just been a little bit of that polish, not being able to keep on to the ball. Willie So coming on for Dan Runchell here for Maitland.
Willie So back at Lake Macquarie. You've played a game against Willie So down here, haven't you, Joshua?
I have. I came off second best. Willie's still playing, and I'm here.
I remember that day very well. We were living together, and bit of a comeback from you for that. But you got back on the field eventually, which is great testament to your strength coming out of that.
I had a little scramble after that, but I think the last time we were standing in this position, you were taking me into a car to a hospital. But anyway, got all stitched up on 2 pegs and very lucky.
And Willie say you won't meet a nicer bloke.
Yeah, now with Maitland, in the Maitland colours. There's Bradford.
You two have broken bread.
We have broken bread, yes. I think he's missed that.
Has he missed that, Bradford? One of his easiest kicks of the day. So he's missed these last 2.
He has, but he got his first 4. We'll give him that. 38
dropping
now.
his percentages down.
Maitland, Lake Macquarie 10. And by my watch, there's still a good almost 15 to 20 to go. It's by no means an official time keep. But the margin now 18. Maitland definitely with the bonus point.
Oh, the Frenchman, Hugh Derek takes that on the fly. Backing up over halfway and retains possession.
Stafford to Bradford. Oh,
Manu just over the shoulder.
Brooke still out wide. Maitland have got it.
That's Chris Logan out there. Just pinballing out of a tackle.
And
still going.
The Blacks with another opportunity here as they sniff towards Lake Macquarie's 22. So, big tackle there from the 10, Nissan. How's that? The 10 on the 1.
He has backed up his first half here, Nissan. He's been a standout for Lake Macquarie today.
Clackety could be finding himself in a bit of trouble.
Hasn't had too much around him, and too much drop balls been the case.
Stafford, Bradford. Tackled by Lewisia.
Old run away from Marty too.
Stafford. It's Maitland inside now. Lake Macquarie's 22.
Just building here, Maitland. They're up to about 9 or 10 phases.
Brooke.
Just looking for that little edge.
To Logan.
Bauer does the right thing. Comes back into where his support is. Logan's just down there in back play. Having a little knock on.
So a bit of retention there from Maitland, but unable to hold on to it in the end. Yeah, Chris Logan just getting
big shots from the Lake Macquarie team in that passage of play.
Good tackling. I think someone might have just landed on Logan in that tackle unintentionally. Might have copped a bit of a knee to the quad.
He's a tough cookie though, Chris Logan. Yeah. Come from up north, come from up Ballina, played a lot of rugby league growing up.
Crossed over to Union.
Was going to go back to league this year with the Curry Bulldogs, and in the end his heart won out. And he turned up to Maitland training on the Thursday night before the first game.
Did he play?
He did. I think he might have played lower grades that day. But
he's slotted back in here at fullback where he played. He played a little bit last year as well.
Just got a young family now, Chris, little daughter. His wife Lauren. They just love the family atmosphere that Maitland provides.
There's quite a few kids running around here too at Lake Macquarie. It's been good to see.
Here today, the crowd.
There was a tackling bag being used as a boat here before. It was quite impressive.
Lake Macquarie to run it here.
So the Roos down 38-10 at the moment. It's their scrum feed. Short arm.
Too early.
The Roos bring it back over their own 22. Strong run there.
Bumps off John Birrell.
Sefiana.
John Birrell won't like that on the video review.
That's excellent from Macquarie. Matt Ferry goes high, makes a couple of metres. That breezes bring it back. Great take.
Taken by Peniata. Comes down the sideline.
How good was a take
inside
on the
flick.
run?
That's forward off Lake Macquarie. Bradford.
He'll put the kick.
He's going to get outpaced Nissan, and I'd say that's advantage over. Oh,
ball down.
Oh.
A little bit of an interchange of mistakes there, but it'll be Maitland's ball in the end. What about the take from Petiana on the run?
Skillful player.
That was outstanding. But the Roos unable to hold on to it. Maitland with a little counter-attack. Couldn't quite break through either. They'll get the scrum though, and another chance. Chance for the backs here really to kind of see what they've got, what set play they might want to run. They got the bye next week, Maitland, so the last 10-15 minutes to test out a few moves potentially, especially in this kind of attacking position.
Macquarie.
The 20. Asasa,
You find that one, Josh.
the skipper, Junior Asasa, has come off.
Using their full bench of fresh reserves here, Lake Macquarie.
Unsure who's gone on for Junior. But he's
Now
the
we've
skipper.
gone at uncontested scrums.
He's been strong as well, yeah, with Tim Poesi off as well. And Justice
Haven't seen an
Gerard.
uncontested scrum in a first grade game in a long time.
Oh, this could be a
Bauer.
try for the replacement. He's got there. He's got around. I thought he'd been taking the touch there, but Bauer,
I think that's about 7 for the day for Jordan Bauer.
he flies like the bird. That's outstanding work from him. Scoots around the outside, and he did cross through a few on reserve grade, but now he's got one in the first 15. Bauer with the try.
He's been in and out of this team in the last couple of weeks, Bauer, just due to the points system. And, points all good today to get him out there on the field. So,
Well, it's been, with the points implementation across the competition, it's an extra layer for coaches and clubs to have to deal with and address on a week-to-week basis. And, yeah, Maitland certainly at some point found themselves in a situation where they had to trade some players around in order to come under the points allocation. And Jordan Bauer was one of the players to have to give way, to have to go back to reserves. And, yeah, he's got a little chance here to...
a couple of more replacements here for the Blacks. Coming off the field is Carl Manu, the captain. And the 9, Maxi Stafford, getting an early shower too. Going out there, we've got
Young
in the
Parkinson.
22, yeah, Sam Parkinson in the 22. Still eligible to play under 18s this year, Sam Parkinson. Just too many numbers in the Blacks 18s there, and wanted to try his hand. Started in thirds and worked his way into a New South Wales under 18s jersey.
Just missed that, Bradford.
Bradford missed the last 3. His percentages are going well down.
Score remains, though, 43.
And I think Sam Krebit's gone out
Lake
there in the
Macquarie
18.
10. Sam Krebit.
No. Correction there. If they're taking off the halfback, that'll be Benny Taylor.
Ben Taylor, son
Yeah.
of Freak.
Sam Parker going to the centres, and Benny Taylor should be playing halfback. But I could be corrected here. Something
He was playing
else
reserves
may be
earlier.
happening. I'm not sure.
Restart here from Lake Macquarie. Willie
Benny Taylor
So.
there. Willie
What
So.
about the take? Outstanding from the big man. And makes 10 metres. Thank you very much.
Benny Taylor in 18, the son of the Freak, Christian Taylor.
Sam Parkinson with his first touch. Strong run, 10-15 metres.
Travis Brooke. It's a
Benny.
name you're going to hear a lot through this final series, I think, if Maitland are going to go deep.
It's been a handful today. Bradford just holds it up. Little inside ball. Taylor. Birrell. Straightening there. Clackety.
He may have lost this, actually. Straight on the ball.
The Roos will have the penalty here.
Good work there from the 3, Barcelona.
I'll look to take it over. And the Bar TV Sports match of the round in the NHRU. The penultimate week in the regular season. It's Nissan finds touch on this western touchline. Sun setting behind us. That breeze still shaping from right to left on your screen. Off the lake. Maitland running with it this half and making the most of it. They've crossed for 1, 2, 3, 4 second half tries to go with their 3 in the first half. 7 all up and 43-10. They lead the hosts, Lake Macquarie.
Well, deep. Brooke just quite couldn't get that one for the Blacks.
Good line out though.
At the back to Nissan.
Excellent run there from Nissan and the
little
flick
flick
pass.
ball.
Sefiana over the far side there. The Roos able to retain possession, just settle. Question of a knock on, answered by the
Little
referee.
knock on there, yes.
Thought he might have got away with it there at the back of the scrum. No, back of the ruck, sorry.
Statsman's column for knock-ons and drop balls is going to be pretty full after today's game, Joshua.
Yeah, the tally mark has gone off the page, I think, when you combine both teams. But
Now Sam Krebit comes onto the field in his
thank you, Ryan.
trademark headgear. Marcus Christensen getting an early shower.
Former Wanderer.
Former Wanderer, now Black. It's really fitted in well with the culture at the club this year, Marcus. He's bought in.
So in terms of Lake Macquarie moving forward, Ryan, what do you think they can work on going into the last round and then an elimination semi-final on what you've seen today?
Against the Greens.
Or Maitland, depending on how it falls. Or does, with a win here in the bonus point, Maitland definitely into...
Definitely, they were a point ahead of the Greens today, so that'll take them 6 points ahead.
With the bye.
With
Gotcha.
the bye, and the Greens had the bye today, so no points coming from the
That's
bye.
great work there from Lualala, keeping that ball in play. That's super work. Strong run, the strong numbers there from the Blacks. They may have even turned it over, not quite.
Off their feet there, at the breakdown.
Roos penalty. So yeah, main point for the Roos to potentially work on ahead of that elimination semi-final with what shapes as Merriweather in a fortnight.
Definitely ball control. Definitely ball control. I think they've got the quality of the players out there. I think they've got a really good team unit.
Particularly that forward pack across, and with Halliday coming back in, and there was certainly some moments. It was just
when they hit back after half time, I thought we might have had a bit of a game on here, but just their poor ball control today is just really let them down. It's been disappointing.
But if they can get that together in next weekend against the Bay, and then more importantly against Merriweather in that elimination semi-final, as they win that line out at the back, they could be a force to be reckoned with in this NHRU final series for 2019.
Oh, he's broken through there.
Great work there from Sefiana. Gets the ball away. Lake Macquarie
from the school teacher, Dale Clackety.
Just outside the 22. Halliday short ball, and just like that, the ball control we were talking about. Lake Macquarie unable to hang on to it. Maitland have the ball just outside their own 22. Willie So with the charge forward.
Cops a nice welcome back to
his former club.
From his former club, Willie.
Bradford. He's turned Nick Ben around. That's a great kick.
It is a great kick.
Nick Ben able to keep great work as well by Nick Ben on the answer there. Brings it back to the 22. Gets it away. Ball bounces.
Kenyatta.
Great take. He's got great hands.
Pass it.
Doesn't have to.
No.
He'll beat one, then he'll get it away. Look at this. Barcelona out on the pick and swing. And he stays in. Lake Macquarie, could this be a late counter? Can they get a bit of a consolation try here? Halliday to Palamo.
Nicker.
Brought down just over halfway. The Roos still pushing, still searching for something here. They want another 5-pointer. They want something to finish off Old Boys Day here at Walters Park before they head to the RG and auction off these super jerseys. Halliday, the no-look pass, and this, and with the dummy, he breaks through, beats one, taken down.
By the prop, Harry Chapman. There.
Only just.
The country representative this year.
Lake Macquarie pushing. They've forgotten the ball, though. Travis Brooks tried to clean out.
That's disappointing.
It could be. It is a yellow. Not could be.
I
Gets
thought we were
the
going to
yellow.
get through a game without a card. And I was happy to give my points to Mr. Edwards, the referee today. That's disappointed me. But warranted there. Brooke coming in from the side, slowing play down.
Looked like the ball was loose. He had a quick squeeze and he wanted a piece of it. But given the yellow card, he'll have an early shower this afternoon. Travis Brooke probably won't make it back onto the field.
I'd say you might as well take the boots off and have a shower.
As Lake Macquarie fine touch.
On the referee, Xavier Edwards has been solid today.
Yeah, very solid.
Very on the ball, very quick around the park.
Yep.
I'd rate him up there in the top 3 referees of Newcastle.
He's done a good job today. Out in the middle. There's Lake Macquarie set for the line out with Nico.
No Travis Brooke on the field. Doesn't hurt Maitland at the line out. They've stolen another one off Lake Macquarie. Running it from deep here. Sam Parkinson, just the 18-year-old, bustling it up in centre field.
The Blacks shift it right.
Bit of numbers
through the
here.
hands.
They can skip on the outside.
Logan.
Bauer's got some pace. He's got to stay
Macquarie.
in field here.
Some good
Just
cover defence there. Nick Ben again. He's done that a couple of times today. Short line, not a short line out, a long line out for the quick restart here for Lake Macquarie. And they'll spread it again through the hands. They've gone from one side of the field to the other. Draw and pass. Excellent work here from Lake Macquarie.
Sam Parko just bringing him down there with legs and all tackle. And ball goes forward again from Lake Macquarie.
Dave Allo.
And Mr. Edwards looks at his watch, and that's full time here today, Joshua.
That is all she wrote here at Walters Park in the NHRU match of the round, and it's Maitland 43, Lake Macquarie 10. Before we finish up our Bar TV Sports coverage, who was your best for Lake Macquarie? Who was your best for Maitland, Ryan?
Best for Lake Macquarie, I'd have to agree with you today. Pennyata was solid all over the park. He was everywhere. He's a quality player, and they're going to need him at his best if they're going to get past the Greens in a couple of weeks in that 4th and 5th game.
And for the Blacks?
Best for Maitland. It's hard to go past Travis Brooke. He just brings so much quality to the team, and around the park, he's strong at the line out. He's strong in contact. He's strong in defence. He's a quality player.
So, based on today's result, Maitland 43, Lake Macquarie 10. The Blacks will finish 3rd, Lake Macquarie 5th, and Merewether 4th, regardless of all the other results around the grounds today. Thank you very much for joining us here at Walters Park for the match of the round NHRU from Bar TV Sports. Gareth Wozniak will be back with you shortly. Josh Callanan has been with you here from the Newcastle Herald. Thank you, Ryan, for joining us as well.
Thank you for having me. Absolutely enjoyed it.
And tune back in next week for the last round, and of course the final series coming up the month after that. But from this afternoon, Maitland 43, Lake Macquarie 10 here at Walters Park, and we'll catch you soon on Bar TV Sports.